Okay, I am going to try my first attempt at a knife review. I'm looking at my latest acquisition, a CRKT Columbia River Knives and Tools Vizzle, designed by Jesper Foxnays. Now, if I said that name wrong, I am sorry, but I gotta say, this is a really nice knife. It's frame lock and assisted opening. Opens nicely. Finish is beautiful. I love how the blade barely sticks up above the handles. I think that's really nice looking. It is a very low profile knife. Sits deep in your pocket, so barely, about that much showing when it's sitting in your pocket. And it's very flat, it's small. It is comfortable. It doesn't bite into you when you sit. It's just, you barely notice that you have a knife in your pocket. The short clip, starting to see it's opened up a bit. I've been carrying this every day since Christmas, so over a month now, or just a month now. And sometimes when I'm reclining, this has slipped out of my pocket because the clip's loosening up and it's a short clip. So that's my one complaint. It's got a tight lock. That liner lock locks very tightly, or frame lock, sorry. And I find it a little uncomfortable closing one-handed, but for me, that's not really an issue. You know, opening it one-handed is more the issue. It does close nicely one-handed, just digs into my thumb a little bit, but that's not a big issue. Like I say, I carry a knife as a tool, but they also make excellent improvised weapons if you find yourself in a bad jam. The nice thing about this knife is it sits very nicely as a strike enhancer in your hand when it's closed. So I can confidently take this knife out of my pocket. So if somebody's getting into it with me, I think they said somebody going to be aggressive, I can have it in my hand so it doesn't get pulled out of my pocket by someone and used against me. Doesn't mean I have to have it open. And in my hand, it is a very good strike enhancer. I have the bottom to strike with, the top to strike with. I can use it to scrape. I can use it for pain compliance, like pressing into nerves. And it is a great little improvised tabak maliit, as we would say in Filipino martial arts, or kubotan, or yawara stick, as Japanese martial artists might call it. The blade itself is that almost that Nordic style hunting knife profile. I use this thing to cut bales of insulation. You can see it's dirty, and it made a great work knife for doing that. And I've cut straps and stuff with that. I cut a dog collar the other day in an emergency situation. I was very glad I had this knife when my dog was tangled up with her friend around her jaw. It could have been a broken jaw or choked. Her playmate could have been choked because he was getting choked, and she was it was awful. But this knife was in my pocket. I was alone, so I had to keep the dogs calm as I cut through the collar. And if I had to use both my hands, I couldn't have done that. I had to have my hand on my dog to keep her calmed down. So I was glad I was carrying a one-handed opening knife at that moment. edge is nice, sharp. I've sharpened it once since I've had it. Takes an edge quite good. What else can I tell you? That's about it. It's a great little knife. Columbia Rivers, you've done a good job. Jesper Voxnays, if I said that right, I hope. But great design. Great design. This is an elegant little gentleman's everyday carry knife. I would give this, if I was going to do a number review, I'd say an 8 or a 9 out of 10. I mean, everything about it is great. The only thing is, from a Marshall side, the steel handles get slippery, so you could lose your knife in a conflict. But really, that's not why I carry a knife. So that's a non-issue. And the clip, now that it's loosened up, I would be very, very sad if I lost this beautiful knife, which was a present from my daughter. So I wish the clip stayed a little tighter. But all in all, great knife. And for under $100 Canadian or $60 American, you can't go wrong. And anyway, thank you very much. I hope you enjoyed this review.